も JR 東日本をご利用くださいましてありがとう。
Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. I'm on the hunt for a watch. I'm actually flying from Narita Airport to Osaka, spending the night and checking out a piece. Usually I do my hunting on Rakuten and then I go check out the piece. Usually the pieces are in Tokyo, so it's not a big deal. Now, obviously this one's in Osaka. Of course I could order it, but I feel like I have to get this piece in my hands before, I decide to bag it or not. So they've reserved it, and they've reserved it through today. We'll check it out. Let's hope it works out. Let's hope everything checks out. I've arrived in Osaka, home of Miner in Japan. Link in the description if you want to know who that is. Wow, what an emotional experience buying a new watch is. My stomach is in knots. I feel like I would before a job interview. And, there's so many things when you go on a watch hunt that you need to do. So many boxes, the ticket here, making sure that they would reserve the piece. They didn't want to at first. They were closed yesterday, and I convinced her to, the woman I talked to. That would make me even more anxious if they hadn't. Still be okay probably. Getting the money, and I don't mean like earning the money, I mean like getting the money. Yesterday, I couldn't get all of the money out from the ATM because there's a limit. So if all of that cash had been in that one account, I'd be screwed today. And then there's, the fact that this area's, I think, starting yesterday on emergency lockdown. So is the shop going to be open, And of course, my mind's been racing, like, are they thinking, why is this dude coming from Tokyo to buy this watch? What's up with it? Are they gonna look into the piece, realize that they've underpriced it, which I think they have? And also I'm going on one picture that's not very good. And what if that's not a picture of the watch? What if that one picture is a stock picture? They didn't have a good picture and they thought, well, it's the same model, we'll just use that. So this is particularly the case with pre-owned watches, because if it was a new watch, a new watch is a new watch, right? But when it comes to pre-owned watches, you're after this one piece, and it's all got to check out perfectly. So I just called. They are open and they're expecting me. The piece is still there. All right, so I feel a little bit better. Now it's all about if the piece checks out. And forgive the analogy, but it's almost like getting an HIV test result. Some scary shit, man. You sit down and the technician, they open their mouth and the next sentence that they say is potentially going to alter your life forever. And they're going to put that piece down, and within 1 second, I'm going to know if my horological life has been changed forever or not.
After Harrison, we will be stopping at Nikumiyo.
Sakai Station behind me. I'm going to stop stop by the hotel. I've got time, so just drop off my bags, check in. This place is connected to my hotel. We'll stop in and see if they have anything good. All right, so a couple of Hublots. That looks like a diamond bezeled Hublot on the left, and a chronograph in the middle, and on the right, a Bulgari. It's not a bad looking Bulgari. I bet Jason would like that. And a Frank Mueller skeletonized watch. And this was the best thing in the shop by far. Zenith, pretty big. I think it was a new piece, 16,000 USD. Chronograph, automatic, date. And it's a flyback chronograph, meaning you don't have to stop it and reset it. You can just hit that bottom reset pusher and it'll fly back and start itself again. And it was on a rubber strap. Another very respectable watch, an IWC, but in my opinion, kind of boring. And then to the right of it, a quartz. Well, you know, I got to be honest, it looks like a quartz shitter, but it's Jacob and Company. This is a $50,000 watch you're looking at. And again, it's quartz. Now, given the overall aesthetic of the watch, you would think those are faux diamonds, but they're not. They're all real. And on the opposite side, it gives multiple time zones. It would seem like my kind of complication, but definitely not my kind of watch. Looks like a nice bakery in my hotel. You know I mean business when I'm wearing a Casio. This is so I could just throw it into the bag and wear the new piece. Alright guys, so in the room, and you can see it right here. And this is a pretty nice place. You're probably thinking, man, Watch Symposium's got some money. Well, the flight cost me $100 and this hotel cost me $50. So this whole trip is going to cost me pretty much $150, which when you're buying a watch really isn't that much. So no, I don't have any money, especially not after today if everything goes right. I have to sleep in both of these beds, you know. Let's go see this watch. Tenjin Suji Bashi, and my fate lies 5 minutes that way. And I was thinking about it, kind of a dark analogy earlier, and a lot of people would say, you know, it's really not a good analogy because, you know, if you get bad health news, that's a negative thing. You're worse off than you were. But if this doesn't work out, you're no worse off, Austin. You know, you're just like you were yesterday. But it's interesting because for the past 24 hours, I've thought about it. And as I've approached this point, mentally, I've had the watch. I've planned as if I've had the watch. I've thought as if I've had the watch. Mentally, for the past 48 hours, I've pretty much had the watch. And so it's interesting because if it doesn't work out, I would feel like I lost the watch, right? Yeah, I'd be just the way I was yesterday, but I'd feel like I lost something. You know, it's kind of interesting. So anyway, I'm sitting there. The nurse or technician is sitting there. She quietly looks at the file, opens her mouth, and says to me, "Konnichiwa." They were getting the piece from the back, and these were some of the other Rolex watches they had in the shop for sale. It's a beautiful James Cameron. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. I got to the last box to be checked, and it didn't work out. All right, so this was a 116710 LN. I thought it had a stick dial. The pictures were pretty bad on the website, but I zoomed in and they just weren't connected. Is it the same watch? I think it is, because the serial number at the end was 3 and 5 on this one and 3 and 5 in the picture. And I guess, I don't know what happened. It was cheaper. They had marked down the price for some reason. I guess that what it was is the Rakuten price was a little higher, and that was cheaper. But there you go. There you go. I thought I had found a stick dial 116710LN, and yeah, that would have been nice. I don't know what to say, guys. I'm gonna go back to the hotel room, watch some movies, go back to Tokyo tomorrow, empty-handed. All right, that's the way it goes, I guess, sometimes. Thanks for watching. Take care. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. All right, guys, consider subscribing if you haven't already. In the next video, the aftermath, we'll go into the details. I'll tell you about the piece. We'll look at the photo that I saw. And if you don't even know what a stick dial is, watch that video. We'll explain, we'll go into detail, and I'll fill in the gaps in the next video. Take care.